What's up, guys? Just here by my channel, and tonight I'll be doing a review for Friday Smackdown that's back to 2 hours finally. Oh my goodness, the 3 hour thing was making me so tired and stuff. So thank goodness it's back to 2 hours because they filmed it this past Monday after Raw was over stuff, so they could spend some time with the family tonight instead with the 4th of July and stuff. So yeah, anyways, happy 4th of July and all that. So, anyways, let's go ahead to with the segment and all that stuff. They kick off SmackDown with a brawl between Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu in the parking lot. Sikoa pulls up in an SUV, and Fatu starts beating him up all until security steps in. All right, we have a little segment with Cody Rhodes in the arena. Cody Rhodes makes his way out to the ring with his King of the Ring crown. Rhodes talks about his crown and what it stands for. He says he left pieces of himself to hold this crown, and this crown stands for where he had been and where we are headed. Randy Orton interrupts Rhodes and makes his way out. Orton says for weeks and weeks he told Rhodes that he would do whatever it took to win King of the Ring. Orton talks about punting Rhodes, but he insisted. He says Rhodes didn't hesitate that he pulled the trigger, which has won Orton's respect. Orton makes Rhodes promise him that he will kick John Cena's ass. Drew McIntyre's music hits and he makes his way out. McIntyre gets in the mic and calls Orton and Rhodes yeah. There you go. And says that Alpha has returned. He talks about Orton being soft and not punting Rhodes. He then turns to Rhodes and says he wants Rhodes to be the next champion and how he wants to make the title from Rhodes when he wins it. He says he won't hesitate like Orton or Chaos McIntyre out of nowhere and Lisa Ray. Alright, we see Charlotte Flair and Nick Aldis talk about who will be Charlotte Flair's tag partner for Evolution next weekend, which is next Sunday. And then Alexa Bliss showed up and says, "You're in or out?" And Jay Grey says, "Okay, fine." So yeah. Anyways, I feel like I just spoiled the whole thing. And then McIntyre comes out and stuff, and um, says that walks by Shea. He want Orton, and Nicholas says Orton left the building and stuff, and he says next Saturday you'll have Randy Orton next Saturday main event, Saturday night's main event, which is next Saturday, and then yeah, and then Jimmy Uso comes by and tells Fatu he will be his partner and stuff tonight. So yeah, anyways, we have a first match coming up. First match coming up. That is match. The first match is WWE No More Contenders Triple Threat Tag Team Match. The Secret Harvest, Piper Niven by Alpha Fire with Chelsea Green versus B-Fab and Mitchell versus Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair. We get the battle Mitchell, Bliss, and Niven. I heard the firecrackers, guys. I'm so sorry. So, anyways, I have mentioned Bliss and Niven start off. Flair immediately tag herself in, and Niven goes after Flair. Flair takes out Niven and kicks B-Fab off the apron. Mission and Niven attack Flair, and they all trade blows. Mission kicks Niven and Flair, and oh come on, and slams down Flair. Flair kicks Mission, and Flair is knocked off the apron by Niven. Mission has a suicide dive on Flair, and then Niven and fire cannonball off the top rope on all pairs outside the ring, and we get a commercial break. All right, back to SmackDown. Mission and Flair are laid out on the mat. Niven elbows Flair and covers her for a 2 count. Mission takes down Niven and tags in B-Fab. B-Fab goes straight for Flair and then kicks down Niven. B-Fab then kicks Flair and kicks Niven again. B-Fab connects with a pump kick on Flair, and Bliss is tagged in, and Fire is tagged into. Bliss takes out B-Fab and then punches Flair and kicks both Fire and B-Fab. Bliss goes to hit Sister Abigail on B-Fat, but Mission kicks Bliss. Fire hits the Canadian Destroyer on Mission and sends her out of the ring. Niven slams down B-Fab and then tells Fire to climb the ropes. Bliss stops it and Flair spears Niven. Flair walks over Fire and Niven goes for a moonsault. Flair hits her moonsault and then kicks Green over off the apron. Flair had tapped Bliss on the head before her moonsault, making Bliss a legal competitor, while Flair is distracted by Green. Bliss hits Twisted Metal and covers Fire and gets to win for her team. So winners are Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss. Flair and Bliss hug and giggle in the ring as they celebrate. Nick always back with the tag division stuff. Who go with White Six and all that stuff. So yeah, which is coming up after this, but it was earlier during the day video. So anyway, second match, the White Six, Uncle Howdy, Dexter Loomis, Eric Rowan, Joe Gacy with Nikki Cross versus Montez Ford, Jared Gargano, Berto, and Chris Sabin. Berto and Gacy start off. Berto hits springboard crossbody and then gets speared by Gacy. Gacy covers for a quick 1 count. Berto hits another springboard splash, and Loomis is now tagged in. Loomis throws Berto across the ring, and Gargano is tagged in now. Gargano tries to talk to Loomis, and Loomis takes down Gargano, hits a sidewalk slam, and covers Gargano. Sabin breaks a pin, and all 8 competitors are in the ring, and they all start fighting. The White Six get knocked out of the ring. Ford kicks Rowan outside the ring, and then gets kicked down by Loomis, and we get commercial break. We're back to SmackDown. Loomis slams down Ford, and Loomis tags in Gacy. Gacy smokes Ford in the corner and tags Loomis back in for his double team, and Loomis covers Ford for a 2 count. Loomis slaps Ford in a chin lock, and Ford powers out of it, but is kicked down. Ford tags in Sabin, who comes off the top rope and hits a missile drop kick on Loomis. Loomis tags in Gacy, and Gacy is knocked down by Sabin. Sabin takes all members for the White Six. Sabin rolls up Gacy, and Loomis breaks the pin. Gacy and Loomis get thrown out of the ring, and Ford flies over the top rope and takes out Loomis and Gacy in the ring. Howdy beats up Berto, and Sabin and Ford tags in Rowan. Sabin hits a DDT on Rowan, and they're both down on the mat. Sabin goes to tag Gargano, but Gargano doesn't want to fight Rowan, so he jumps off the apron to avoid the tag. Rowan hits a Our Claw slam on Sabin and gets the win. So winners are the White Six. Vio plays for Julia and stuff about the title now. That she's a champion, the United States Women's Championship and awesome. So anyways, I have a little segment with Tiffany Stratton. It's Tiffy time. Tiffany Stratton makes her way out to the ring. Stratton says since she's been champ, there is a target on her back, and then talks about defeating Nia Jax and how she now has to face Jade Cargill at SummerSlam. She says for Evolution, she gets to pick her opponent. Jade Cargill interrupts her. Cargill makes her way out with her Queen of the Ring crown. Cargill tells Stratton she respects her for beating Jax. Cargill talks about beating Asuka, then tells Stratton she's going to take down Stratton's title. To take Stratton's title, I'm sorry. Stratton says she has a surprise for everyone, and as Trish Stratus comes out, Stratton tells Stratus that she would like to challenge her at Evolution. Cargill says she doesn't care who wins at Evolution because she'll win regardless. Stratus thanks Stratton for selecting her. Stratus says her kids have never seen her be a champion, so it sounds like a good idea. Stratton says times have changed, and this won't be easy for Stratus. It's not the Attitude Era anymore, and WWE now runs on Tiffy time. All right, so there was a video package Solo Sikoa, and now they have a new member with Tala Tonga, who's a member of the Bloodline, all that stuff. All right. And then we have a little backstage thing. Trish Stratus walks backstage. Jerry Cargill comes out, says, "I see you have a title match, Evolution," and all that stuff. And yeah, and then after that, after Trish Stratus leaves, Naomi attacks Cargill with her Money Bank briefcase, and Cargill says she wants Jade Cargill says she wants Naomi, and so and then it'll be at Evolution and all this stuff. So yeah. Anyways, we have a third match coming up: Fraxium, Nathan, and Frazier, and Axiom versus Andrade and Ray Phoenix. Frazier and Andrade start the bout and lock up. Frazier flips around and rolls up Andrade, who kicks out immediately. Axiom is tagged in, and Andrade is double teamed. Phoenix is tagged in, and our four women are in the ring. 4 men are in the ring, and all hell breaks loose. Phoenix and Axiom and Frazier and Andrade punch each other. Andrade and Phoenix are knocked out of the ring, and Fraxium takes turns splashing out onto both Phoenix and Andrade. We're back, and it was a commercial break, and we're back, and Frazier has Phoenix in a chin lock on the mat. Axiom tags in, and Phoenix double teamed and covered for a near fall. Axiom gets Phoenix in a submission hold stretch. Phoenix tries to tag out, but Axiom doesn't let him fix it. Phoenix hits a jumping DDT on Axiom, and tags in Andrade. Frazier is tagged into, and Andrade beats up both Axiom and Frazier. Andrade hits the three amigos on Frazier and tags in Phoenix. Phoenix comes off the top rope with a frog splash and covers Frazier for a near fall. Phoenix climbs the ropes and Frazier kicks him while he's on the top rope. They both trade punches on the top rope. Frazier hits a superplex and tags Axiom, who has a golden ratio, and Andrade makes the save during the pin, and we cut commercial break. Um, Back on Smackdown, Phoenix is kicked by Axiom, and Phoenix avoids a Spanish Phoenix splash from Frazier. Andrade is tagged in, and Frazier is slammed by Phoenix, and Andrade hits a running double knee on Frazier, covers him for a 2 count. Andrade climbs the ropes and hits his double moonsault, then covers Frazier, and Axiom breaks a pin. Phoenix and Axiom battle while Frazier gets chopped in the ring. Axiom is tagged in. Axiom gets on the top rope with Andrade and hits a Spanish fly. Frazier hits a Phoenix splash, and Phoenix breaks the pin, and all 4 men are now laid out in the ring. Andrade kicks Axiom. Phoenix hits Adios Amigos on Axiom, and in the ring, Andrade hits a message on Frazier and gets the win. So winners are Rey Phoenix and Andrade. Alright, after that, Dan Priest talks to Aleister Black about R-Truth and stuff, and doesn't want to hear it. Priest tells Black he's not the bad guy until Black says out comes out the top against Truth and stuff. So yeah, next Friday he'll have a match with R-Truth. Aleister Black will. Alright, 4th match, main event: Jacob Fatu, Jimmy Uso versus Sota Sikoa and JC Mateo. We get the bell and Fatu and Mateo go at it outside the ring. Fatu gets back in the ring with Mateo and headbutts him. Uso is tagged in and Mateo takes down Uso. And Sikoa is now tagged in and Uso gets decked in the face a couple times. Sikoa mocks Fatu, then gets kicked by Uso. Sikoa then hits a spinning solo slam on Uso and we cut commercial break. Back to the main event. Sikoa slams into Uso in the corner. Sikoa stomps on Uso's hand and tags in Mateo. Mateo slaps Uso in a waistlock and Uso counters out of it by hitting a stunner. Mateo fights back and hits a standing moonsault on Uso. Uso gets assaulted in the corner with the Uso's flying strikes. With some flying strikes, Uso hits a Samoan drop on Mateo. Uso tags in Fatu and Sikoa is tagged into. Fatu punches Sikoa. And Sikoa kicks Fatu, which does nothing to Fatu. Fatu punches Sikoa and slams against him in the corner. Sikoa then gets 10 punches to the head, and then Fatu takes down Sikoa with a body check and smashes on him and covers for 2. Fatu kicks both Mateo and Sikoa into the corner and hits a running hip attack on both. Fatu then hits a swanton on Sikoa and covers him until Mateo breaks the pin. Uso gets in the ring and super kicks Mateo and then hits a suicide dive onto Mateo, and Fatu drives out to Sikoa on the other end. Sikoa super kicks Fatu and goes for a Samoan spike. Fatu counters and hits a Impaler DT followed by moonsault and covers Sikoa for the win. So winners are Jacob Fatu and Jimmy Uso. After the match, Fatu clears the announce desk and kicks Sikoa onto the announce desk. Fatu climbs the ropes and goes to splash Sikoa, but Tonga runs in and slams Fatu off the top rope. Tonga Loa comes in to the ring and they both beat up Uso. Mateo hits Tour of the Islands on Uso and Loa hits a twisted neckbreaker on Uso. Outside the ring, in the ring, Mateo, Loa, and Tonga hold Fatu up, and Sikoa hits a Samoan spike on Fatu. Fatu is dragged to the announce desk, and Tonga powerbombs Fatu through the announce desk. Sikoa and his boys stand over a fallen Fatu as the credits rolls up. So yeah, it was a good show tonight for 2 hours. Finally, 2 hours of SmackDown and a lot of stuff. So I'm happy it's 2 hours and all that. But yeah, I'm happy it's back to 2 hours. The 3 hour thing was so not exhausting watching. So anyways, that was just for the video. Hope you like it. Not whatever stuff, whatever. So like, subscribe, hit the button, leave a comment. If you guys don't leave a comment stuff, I don't care what you guys do. And that was it. And I'll see you guys probably tomorrow night for Collision. I don't know. I might do Collision review. I don't know. Sometimes I don't feel like reviewing Collision. So yeah. Anyways, that was it. I'll see you guys tomorrow night, maybe. All right. Laters.